Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and today I want to review this wig for you, which is called Boudoir Glam by Raquel Welch in the color Shaded Ice Sweet Cream. If you want to know how the color is composed, what special features she has, what makes the cap so special, how the cap looks from the inside, and how I like her, then stick around and let's get started. She's called Boudoir Glam. What a name, isn't it? And from the very first moment I saw her, I thought, wow, this is right up my alley, exactly my kind of summer style, a very short A-line bob, and I really wanted to have it. And now that I have it, I can tell you, I haven't even worn it all summer long. And if you know me, you also know that Raquel Welch is my favorite brand of all, and I really love and adore them, and mostly all the styles I've ever shown you. And there are a lot of Raquel Welch styles I have reviewed and will keep reviewing, of course. If you've been following me, you also know that I'm always honest and tell you what I like and don't like about a wig. And it's not gonna be different today. And there is actually a lot I don't like about this style. So, my friends at Hair You Wear, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me if I can't rave about this wig as much as I always do about the others, but I feel I just have to be honest and tell you all what I like and don't like, and that's what we're gonna do. So, actually, this isn't the way this wig looks when she arrives. Unfortunately, I forgot to make a short video. I only took pictures, which I'm going to show you up here. The thing is, when she arrives, she's a couple of inches longer than that in the front, and the side bangs here, or the sides, really touch the shoulders, but that's about it. I mean, as you can see, now she's just a more or less straight line, which I cut myself, or at least I cut these front parts here, because she goes all the way straight, and then just the very ends here, about 1 inch, it goes straight down, and it just didn't look good. I mean, it's probably what the designers wanted. Frank, I hope I'm not offending you, but I just didn't like it. So I snipped them off, which of course was no big deal. And now I really like the style much better. As you might know, I'm always looking for the perfect sister style or a replica of my favorite short summer bob, which is Ignite by Jon Renau. And this one really has more or less the same cut, with much better features, of course, because Ignite only has a lace front and no mono features and a lot of permatease, whereas this one here is more or less hand-tied and doesn't have any permatease at all. But I really love wearing Ignite, and I've actually never worn this one here. And here is why. Now, the special features here on this cap, which Raquel Welch introduced last year, I think, and this cap they call the Luxe Light Cap. It's definitely a very light cap, and it's more or less luxurious, and it features an extended lace front, which is fabulous and well done, and a left side mono part. No mono top, which we are used to from all the other hand-tied styles. Then the sides and the crown area here are all hand-tied, and the whole back is wefted on a closed cap. And also they have sewn in silicone strips on the ear tabs and in the nape, which is great. That is something I really love and wish more manufacturers would do, because this gives you that extra security when you're not wearing a wig grip, which I never wear. Usually I never have any problems with wigs slipping, sliding, or falling off or something. They all just sit perfectly. But there are those moments, for example, when you ride a roller coaster, when you really want to be extra sure that the wig isn't going anywhere, no matter if you're upside down, rolling around, or whatever. And this really would work with this kind of cap and is something I love. Let me show you these special features from up close and tell you about the things I don't like about it. All right, now the lace front is really done beautifully. I think it's perfect. The density here is great. You can see through here at the hairline. It has some lift, which I gave her. The lace is a little bit long here. You can't really see it. It's not that obvious in natural light, but here in the spotlights, you can really see the lace. And, you know, I could still shorten the lace. That's not a big deal. Now the lace front is extended and goes into the ear tab, and you might also know that I love and prefer to tuck one side, especially with bobs behind my ear, which of course works great. Also because this one has the lowest density ever. Well, maybe not every wig I've tried, but it's among the 5 lowest density wigs ever. So tucking is not a thing, but as you can see here, the cap is visible. And no matter how much you press it against your skin, when you move, it always moves back and sticks out. And you can always see underneath, since the fibers aren't sewn underneath, which they usually are. And this is not something that just bothers me. Even my friends have told me when I showed them the wig that you can see the cap here. So that's one of the reasons I'm not wearing it. Now, the mono part is done well. At least you can see through. It's not too densely knotted, which is something I like. The density here is really low, so it almost has too little fibers for my taste. But as you might see back here, and I tried to make this a straight line, here they have sewn in a ton of fibers, which I really wasn't even able to pluck. I tried that. And so you have this very scarce part here where you really can see through to the scalp. Then comes that dense part, and back here, I hope you can see that, you can see through to my scalp again. And this is not really to my liking. And also, you really can't move this part a lot. So I actually wanted to part it a little bit more to the left, but when I did that, you really could see the edges of the cap through. Now this wig really had box hair from the get-go. There was a real dent here, and I really tried everything to straighten it out, and I wasn't really completely successful. And I've never had that with any other Raquel Welch style. I know they usually don't have any box hair, but you know, this can always happen on the transport when it's very hot or so. I don't know. But nevertheless, I just can't get the fibers rounded and the way I would like them to look, with more of a curve. I think they are very straight now. I just can't get any curve back in. And you might also see here that this really is super low density. I mean, that's it. Can you see that? There are hardly any fibers on this cap. And I mean, I know a lot of people like this very natural look, although I'm not so sure it's extremely natural to have very little hair. It's more of a problem. And of course, that is different from person to person, but I wear wigs because of my alopecia, and I want to have a full head of hair and not a super low density. Of course, this is personal preference, but I really didn't expect this from that style. And since I'm not sure if I just wasn't lucky again with this wig here, I've had some rotten tomatoes from other brands as well. And since there are more styles from that series that I really love, I went ahead and ordered another one with that Lux Light cap. And this one really doesn't seem to have so little hairs. And after seeing some reviews, I'm pretty sure that this one definitely has more density and volume than this one here. At least I hope so. And of course I can tell you more when I review that style. Now you really can fluff this up and get volume even without the permatease. Let me try that. If you don't like to wear your hair as accurate as me, you can go in with your fingers and just, you know, scratch a little and fluff it up. And I've seen this really look extremely big on other reviews. I mean, you can definitely get that look if you like, and this really works without any permatease. But, you know, this isn't really me. I love it very neat and accurate, and so I'm going to comb her again. All right, now let's have a look at her from all sides, and after that, of course, also outside in natural daylight. So, how do you like Boudoir Glam? Do you have her? Is she on your wish list? Or do you think you have to have her? Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know. Now, the fibers are from Raquel Welch True to Life heat-friendly fibers. They are really soft, and you can use your heat tools to change and alter the style. Although I must say I wasn't really successful with heat in getting out that bump here and giving it some curve back. But maybe I just didn't try enough. But it's always good to know that you can use heat and won't damage the fibers. Now, like I said, there is no permatease whatsoever in this cap, and the density is extremely low, a little too low for my taste. Now, the cap fits pretty average to a little smaller, as always with the hand-tied caps. There are exceptions where also the regular hand-tied caps are larger, but generally you can say that hand-tied caps are always a little more snug and smaller than wefted caps, and they also have less stretch. And this one here feels a little snug, or also, which is a feeling I'm not used to, because of those silicone strips that really stick to your skin. Usually when you look down with every other wig, you know, the wig moves with your head and it probably moves upwards a little. You know, something you don't realize, but the nape here is staying where you put it and it's not moving at all. And you feel a little pull at your nape when you look down, which just means that it's really sitting absolutely securely and not going anywhere. And if you get used to it, this is something cool that I love. And I really want to have more of these styles, you know, to go to the amusement park or so. Alright, after talking about it that much, let's have a look at that special cap from the inside. So here's the cap from the inside. Here you can see the lace front that is extended into the ear tab and seamlessly goes into that lace or monofilament part. It's about 1 inch wide, but you don't really have that much parting space. Here on that side you can see the hand-tied panel. And she has more hand-tied panels on top here. Then here are the ear tabs, which are felt covered, and they also have that silicone strip attached, but it's just sewn on by hand. As you can see, you can easily remove them if you don't like them. I really love them and would love to have more of that. Now here's the back, which is wefted on a closed cap. Then it has an extended nape and that silicone strip here in the back, which is also great and gives you a good grip. And then it has adjustable straps with Velcro, which I love. So all in all, this is a well-made cap with quite some features I'm not really liking. Alright, now let's have a look at that gorgeous rooted platinum blonde outside in natural daylight and today even in direct sunlight. How do you like the color? Is it gorgeous? Yes and no. It's called Shaded Ice Sweet Cream and has the color code RL1622SS. And when I first saw that color, it was just available on one single style. And usually I love platinum blondes, also with the root. But in this case here, I don't know if it's just the application on this style. I'm not such a big fan anymore because the root, in my opinion, is way too dark and really long. As you can see, the whole hairline here is really dark. You hardly see any platinum, and it's a very deep root here, and you can see it throughout the style. And when I compared it to Shaded Biscuit, which has an 8 root, 8 being a light chestnut brown, this one here is definitely darker. I don't know what color they use. They don't give us that color code, but I suppose it's a 6 or even a 4, which would be a medium chestnut brown or a medium dark brown. Now, Ellen Wille has a color called Platinum Blonde Rooted, which I absolutely love. It's the same creamy platinum, but with a much lighter root, which I personally really prefer. Now the platinum part here is really gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And if we have a short look at the color codes, the 16 is a honey blonde. I'm not really seeing any of that. The 22 is a champagne blonde, which in my opinion is the base color that you can see through. It's a little cool and ashy. And then they use loads of the highlight color, which they also don't give us. And I suppose it's either the 101 or 1001, which is called Winter White or White Lawn. And like I said, I think the blonde is really beautiful. It's just the root that is a little too dark and too big for my taste. Alright, that was my review of Boudoir Glam. I hope you liked it and it's helpful. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos. And there's a new one coming out each Friday. Now, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well, stay that way, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. I've seen the review of, it's called or I'm not such a big fan anymore. Now, if you like these short bobs, you might also like these here, or maybe also this one here, or you just watch them both.